Hi, my name is Tracy Ross. I'm a professional freelance groom, and today I'm going to show you how to plait a mane. Okay, so making a nice break in the mane, straight as possible. Clip goes in to keep everything out of the way. A touch of spray. Good girl. Split the mane into three. You don't need to be overly fussy when you split the mane into three like this. It's not like the actual break that you do between plaits. Okay, keeping it fairly loose at the bottom of the mane, bottom of the plait, sorry, and then going tighter as you go along. There we go. So again, when you get down to the bottom, sometimes you're going to find that you've got too much in one piece and not enough in another. It's not a problem. You can just feed a little piece out of one and into another, which means you can get as far down as possible. And then taking your thread, you just put the needle through the middle of the last part of your plait, around one side of it, back through the middle, trying not to get your finger caught in it at the same time, and then through the other side and through the middle, and pull it tight. That way it'll hold your plait. Then fold the rest of the long bit in by wrapping it around a couple of times, back through the top. Ooh. And then start to roll up your plait. And again, just tucking in any little bits in the side. Now this is going to be quite a big plait because obviously the further down I get her mane, the longer her mane is, the bigger the plaits will get. So perhaps slightly bigger than you would want, but I'm growing her mane out so it's not quite as short as you might want to have it. A couple of times through the middle, back down through the base, take your scissors, trim off, and you can just trim the little nibbly bits off. It won't notice when you take the plaits out, I promise. There you go. Okay, so now we're just talking a little bit about bridal paths. Some people make the mistake of making really big bridal paths. The reason I have a bridal path is just so that when I'm putting on a bridal, the mane is actually split nicely and you don't get bits all caught underneath and it looks really scruffy. But as you can see, she doesn't have much of a forelock, so I didn't want to make a huge bridal path. So what I've done is cut one slightly further back than where the actual bridal would sit, so it allows me to still be able to separate the mane and the forelock, but without taking away anything from her forelock itself. And basically you can keep these trimmed quite easily. You can do it with a little pair of clippers, obviously being careful with a horse that is not used to clippers around their ears and heads, or you can do it with a pair of scissors, and you literally can, and obviously again very carefully because you've got scissors, you just literally trim tiny bits away. It's actually slightly easier if you do it from the other side because you're working backwards with the hair. You're obviously going to get it a lot neater if you can do it with clippers, but this is ideal for horses that don't take well to clippers. Nice, neat, small bridal patch. Voila!